Hello and welcome back to Debugging Code. Now this is another video in a playlist where I take you through the concept of trading in MQL5. In this video, we are going to go right into coding. Okay. In the previous video, we did understood the various tabs, what did the time frame toolbar and all the toolboxes and what they do. We are just going to go right ahead to the coding part. Okay, so let's go to IDE and then click on it. All right, so we have our IDE here. In the previous video, we did a little alert message. We created a script and then we put an alert message here. Okay, in this video, we are going to do more than that. So first, I want to take you through the file structure. Okay, so MQL has script, profiles, logs. What are they? Now, to start with, I won't start with the script, okay, because we created a script in a previous video. Now, you would realize that in the previous video, look at how the welcome script behaves. Put on the chat, welcome to Timecodes. And then when you click close or when you minimize this, that is all. All right, when you minimize this, let's come back or close it. The script doesn't run again. So essentially, that is what a script, okay, that is what a script does. Scripts are responsible for executing code once. So you put the script on the chat, it does a one-time action and then it gets deleted or it gets destroyed. An example, I have thousands of threads running and then there is a news and this news is going to go against me. So immediately the news comes out and I feel like, no, this is going against me. I just execute that script and it just deletes or closes all the threads. When then do you use the expert advisors? So robots, okay, or the expert advisors. Let me say it's another type of script, just that after executing, okay, it doesn't go off the chart. So it stays on the chart for you. Let's take an example. Price monitor, okay, or MA strategy, you put it on the chart. And then you put whatever you want. We'll be coding this later, okay. You put it on the chart. It stays on the chart, all right? And whatever action it has to do, it will stay on the chart until I physically remove or until the code itself closes it. Or there is an error, then it will go away. But then if there is no error and the code is not auto-destroying it, then it will stay on the chart. For instance, if you want a situation where you execute trades based on a provider, say a website somewhere is providing with signals, the E is the best thing because it will stay on the chart. Whenever your signal provider provides you with a signal, it will automatically trade. You're going to be able to read Telegram channels. The expert advisor is there for him. Now let's go to what an indicator is. So an indicator, okay, right here. So we dealt with the scripts and the experts. An indicator is another important file in MQL5. Now, we do a lot of price analysis, right? We do a lot of visualization. You want to be able to create your own indicators or more. The indicator cannot place trades, but they are just there to signal potential buy and sell opportunities. So that is what we have for the indicators, okay? Let's go to files. All your files, okay? So I take a screenshot, I save something here, all of that goes to the files. Okay, so we have the images also. Now, we will not be using it much in this playlist, but that is what it does. It has a lot of images there for you to be able to use. You can also pre-populate it with your own images. Now, what about includes? Okay, so I have a group of code, okay, that I want to keep somewhere. I don't want to keep writing the same code all the time. I can put it in the include, all right, in the include as a file. And then anytime I need it, I just include it. Now, libraries are like includes, but I'm not going to touch on it because it might be a bit confusing. So as we go on, we'll create one or two and then we'll experiment with it. Now, what about the logs? So logs are like messages that are shown on your terminal. Let's go back to the terminal. And let's do view and the toolbox or control V, okay? When I do the welcome, I put welcome on the screen. You see, it's welcome to Timecodes. Even though it alerts, it gives you a stub trees or a print statement. So let's go back here and you realize that inside our log file, we have welcome to Timecodes here. All right, so anything that happens here is recorded and put back into the log file. Okay, let's close that. And then let's go to profiles. So if you have templates, okay, we have the templates. Let me go back here, and then I save this. I change this. I can save it as a template, and then when I save it, it comes back to this place. Anytime I want to put that template back on the chart, I just have to go here and go template and then load template and then dip. So let me load a new template here. You will see how this works. So let's load ADX. Okay, you realize that it changes. Now let's go back to default, which I set. So load, and I set default to be what was here earlier, and then you see that it is back. You see, so all the templates, whatever settings you do, you can save it as a template, and then you just apply it on the chart. In this video, we are going to look at some very important functions in MQL5, and these functions are just there for us to be able to debug, send in information from your program, and a lot more. So let's just dive into it. Before that, I want to introduce you to the official website for MQL5. Everything that we are going to be doing would come from there. Every single thing that you are going to be doing will come from there. So let's go here and do MQL5.com. Put your browser, any browser of your choice, and let's do MQL5.com. Okay. And then let's come down here to documentation. Okay, so we are going to go through all of this. We are going to go through how the language is structured, the syntax, the data types, the programs, predefined variables, common functions, mathematics, mass functions, string functions, all of that you are going to go through in this playlist. But in this video, I'm just going to take you through the 3 important functions that would help us to be able to debug correctly and send information from our program. All right, so in the previous video, we did alert. Okay, now let me just go to script and let's create a new folder. Okay, you can create a new folder to organize all your. So let's do dream scripts. Okay, you can name it whatever you want. So let's go to right click and create a new file, and let's call it debug functions. Okay, now you do this. Okay, so maybe I can change the copyright message here. So initially here it is copyright 2024 MQL5. I can just turn it to copyright 2024 and then dream code. All right, in dream code. Okay, then I can change this also to a link of my choice, so you can be dreamcode.com, whatever you have. Now click finish, and you realize that it changes here, the name of the function, the name of the file, then the copyright message, and then you have here also the link. Okay, so it's the same thing here, and the copyright, the link, and the version of the script. Okay, all right, so this is the starting function. This is the main point of the script. All the codes in the script will be run. Anything outside the script will run. So you can write a function, but then you have to include it into the start here. I'll explain creating a function and what all of these mean. So in this, let's just start with what a print statement means. Okay. Now, the print is used for debugging purposes. Okay, it allows us to output information to the terminal. Let's print. This is a simple print statement. This is a simple print statement, and then let's put our semicolon here. We are going to look at the syntax later. All right, so let's compile this. We have no errors. The code was generated successfully. So let's go back to the terminal. And inside, we'll have it inside Dream script. And then what do we have here? You realize that this is a simple print statement. It doesn't tell you anything. If the terminal is closed and you do this, it doesn't even signal you. It doesn't, you just see drag and drop and it works and it goes away. You don't see it anymore. But when you come back to the expert tab, you are going to see this is a simple print statement. Okay. Now, what about an alert? So let's go back and let's put alert. Okay, this is a simple alert. Okay, so as you can guess, okay, the alert technically works the same as a print. It prints the statement to your terminal. The only thing it does different is that it pops the message up onto your screen and makes a noise if it has to. Okay, so you go back and let's do debug function, and you realize that right here we have a simple alert. Now let's go back to the terminal, and you realize that this is a simple alert. It's also shown in the terminal. Okay, so let's do it again, and we have a simple alert. And this is a simple print statement. It's also put here, and this is a simple alert. Okay, so what is the last thing? Okay, now comments allow you to display information directly on the chart. So it doesn't have to, it will not be presented here. It will be presented on the chart for you to see. Let's do an example. So let's do comments. So comments, and let's say this is a simple comment. Let's go and then compile this code. Okay, go back to the terminal, and then let's run the debug functions. All right, so what do we have? Okay, we have first the simple print statement, which is printed. We also have here the simple alert, which is put right here. Then what is the comment? At the top left part of the screen, you realize that this is a simple comment. It's printed here. Now this comment stays there until you play it. Okay, so let's go back and do, this is a simple comment being. Realize that the other one goes away. Okay, so let's clear or close this, do another debug, and then this is a print statement here. This is a simple alert, but the comment is put at the top here. So these are the fundamental things, or the fundamental functions you are going to be using to actually understand the language better. In the next tutorial, we are going to go through summarized version of the documentation, understand the documentation and all. So we'll start with the language basics, and then we'll go to the syntax, the data types, the operation. I'm going to put all of this together for you. Then we'll go back and continue. So I'm not for sure going to do everything here, so you can go back and forth and understand things. But if I make a mistake, you can just let me know, and then we can continue from there. So stay tuned and do not miss the next video. Thank you.